All right, for today's video, I'm just going to be doing a little bit of an update. Excuse me if there's any kind of echo, and also excuse me for the bad lighting. For a while I've been saying, oh, the game room, we're working on it, and not much work has happened, but finally, we've got some progress being made here, which is great. So I'm going to go over that today, kind of show you where I'm at with it, maybe ask for some tips or some things or some suggestions, things I should do, and just kind of show where it's coming along. This is kind of a sneak peek. The room should be almost completely done by the game room tour I plan on doing. Whatever the Saturday before Christmas is probably when I'll upload it. But we're going to move into that now. This is what you see in the back of my videos, and the backdrop of my videos usually see down here. And you can see that floor there. That is not the floor. We got new floor down here. It is this gray floor. So what we're doing here is, this is what I used to have as my room. Let me get back to the cutoff. There was usually a futon here. It's over here. We're going to probably move it back there. And we got the room here. That was where my TV was and my TV stand was. And then this is my retro TV. It's going to probably get moved back. But what was unfinished and now finished is this area over here. And it's not quite finished. You can see this wall over here is not finished by any means. And we do not have ceiling in yet, which is, on the list, of course. We do have this up here. We're not going to keep this. This light is horrible. It gives hardly any light at all, and it's just ugly. But yeah, we're not going to keep this drywall ceiling. We're going to completely ceiling it up. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. After this video, I'm going to start moving games off the shelf and move them onto this shelf over here, at least as many as I can. I got this on Amazon. This is what I'm going to put all my case-based games on. So it was about 150 bucks on Amazon. It's the Atlantic Oscar. I know a couple other people that like using that. Of course, we got the TV set up, the same TV. I got a sound bar now. I was using some speakers that were pretty old, and they were good quality, but they were getting pretty old, and I wanted an update. So using a sound bar now, and I got my consoles hooked up. It's still a bit of a mess down here with the wires. It's much better than it used to be. I don't know if you can see it. I don't really have great lighting right here. Since we don't have any lights in the ceiling yet, I'm kind of going off of lamps and the lights in the other room. So sorry about that. You can see it's kind of a mess down here. Leave a comment down below with what you do with your cable management, how you keep your cables managed and not an absolute disaster. I'd really like to know. So yeah, give me a comment with that. In here, it's all my Dreamcast games, those two boxes, and then this box is all my consoles that I hooked up to my retro TV. I took them off because we had to move it out of that to do that. That's a sneak preview of the next pickup video. The futon is here. We covered it while we were doing drywall work because it's a lot of dust. These are my boxes. Right now, my biggest priority is to get this stuff off of here. That way, we can move, or we can finish this floor. We can move these shelves off the floor part here and finish the nice floor with that floor. If you remember this floor, I don't really like the color, but also it was covered in junk and paint and weird stuff stuck to it from the previous owners of the house. So, not that good. But I'm planning on moving all my case-based stuff to this shelf over here. And these three shelves are going to be all my retro stuff for the most part. This is all my boxed N64 games. There might be some more boxes elsewhere. And I've had this stuff in storage for a while, which is a bummer because it's probably my favorite collection I have currently. So it's a bit of a shame that I've had it just kind of in storage since the move last year. I think probably before the move last year, this stuff has been tucked away. So this has not seen the light of day in a while. I've got a bunch more added to the collection that I've not been able to put on a shelf yet. So the hope is to fill this mostly up with that, as well as my Super Nintendo games, and get that figured out. But I got to move all these over here. But kind of doing with that. my biggest thing is I don't know what I'm going to do quite with the space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a 2 retro TV set up over here. I'm not quite sure how yet. Um, maybe one at each plug. I don't know. That'll look maybe weird. But I'm going to have this TV, and I also have another really nice TV that I got. It's like a really new, I think about 2009, one of the last years they were doing, full screen TVs. So it's a pretty good set. So that'll be nice. I was just getting too many systems on one TV, and it was just getting to be too much. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that, how I want to do the 2 TV setup. I thought about putting the futon maybe in the center of the room, putting shelves here, and then putting a TV somewhere and somewhere. I'm not quite sure yet. I also kind of like to cover up this door with shelves and stuff on top of the shelf, because this door is really stupid and it's really pointless, and I don't really want to use it. So, and I don't want to drywall over it because they might want it once I move out. So I'm not going to mess with that. So that's that. If anyone has suggestions for good TV stands, or maybe I might end up having to build one. Because this was an IKEA one. It's covered in drywall dust. Sorry about that. This is an IKEA one, but it's probably from 15 years ago when they were still making stands for full screen television. So I doubt that they still make that model. I could maybe try to look for new old stock, because I do like the shelf. It's quite a bit of room for consoles, and it holds the TV. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I don't know what to do with these either. I don't really want these smaller shelves. One of them I was thinking about filling one of them with my Dreamcast set, which I'm going for the complete set of, and then putting it in this right here, which is, as of right now, unfinished. So maybe putting up against this, because then you see it when you're coming down the stairs. So that's something. So we're also got to finish the stairs. I should mention that this hideous carpet thing is not staying. We got to finish the stairs once again. Everything's been covered in drywall dust. I was dusting everything for a while, and I tried to cover most of my stuff too, and still would get drywall dust under it. So that's that. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. Just setting it up. So any suggestions would help with that. And what I'm gonna probably end up doing is buying another one of these. They have them on Amazon readily available. So what I wanted to do to start off was at least get one of them, make sure it's a decent shelf, and make sure it works for what I'm trying to do. And then after that, I'm going to start working with trying to get another one. Probably put it maybe there, maybe slide this. I don't really want to cover the outlets. I don't need that one as much, but I do need that one for the couch to recline. So that's something. But yeah, it's coming together. I know I wasn't mentioning it for a while just because I would be like, yeah, we're trying to work on it, and then something completely unrelated would happen that had to take our attention away from working on this. So I think that's just a big part of it. But yeah, I'm just trying to get all that stuff figured out for right now. Any suggestions would help. What I should do with some of the space. I guess I gotta visualize it better once things are set up a little bit better with the televisions and the futon here. I can kind of figure out what I'm doing with all that. But I guess I gotta visualize it better. I'm sure I'm gonna try to get at least the first kind of what it's gonna be like for the game room tour. And then maybe I can get some comments on that, what I should do with some of it when it's pretty much mostly finished. Hopefully it should be mostly finished by the game room tour, although maybe I'm cursing myself. But, I mean, all we got to do currently is ceiling, which I'm not sure that's going to get done by the game room tour, but that doesn't really matter because I don't need to point up at the ceiling. We got trim started over here, but it's not going into the other room quite yet. Electrical's all in and everything working there. If you guys remember, actually... right here, there was a big wall. It would have been in my old game room tour. It was still there. We took that wall out. Kind of pointless wall. I don't know why they walled it. The previous owners did a lot of really stupid stuff to this house. One of which being walling it off. So we took that wall out. We were actually able to use some of the drywall for here, so we didn't have to go out and buy all that drywall because they didn't finish it or paint this wall here on this side at least. So that's something at least. It's going to be nice though because you know the room. There's more to the basement than this. The room beyond all this is, especially back there. I've showed it before. I'm not going to show it again because it's even worse. Absolutely filled with game stuff. All my stuff's in storage. This is probably 40% of my collection right here. So most of it's tucked away. So looking to get that stuff out of there soon and back out on display. But for right now, I thought I would give a little tour of the work in progress renovation game room. Any comments down below if you have any advice or anything I should do or anything I should check out, leave a comment below. Oh, one more thing. We're gonna have this here, and it's gonna be kind of in the way. This right here, we can't really do much about it. What I was thinking about doing is getting like replication arcade marquees up here, maybe. So if anyone knows a good place to get like replica arcade marquees so that I can kind of put them up here, let me know if anyone knows anything about that. That was another thought. But yeah, leave a comment down below with any advice, answering any of the questions that I may have had throughout the video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I figured it was time for an update. Leave a comment. I already said leave a comment. Man, I'm stupid. I'm one of the dumbest people on YouTube, probably. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow me on Twitter @ObjoGaming. I will see you next time.